Hi everyone, it's Louise here, and I'm going to talk to you today about a very topical subject. And I'm outside actually because the weather has cooled down beautifully here in Dubai. It's sort of early 30s now, so really looking forward to a nice winter. And that brings me on to topic: when the weather gets better, so our visitors start arriving. So this today is really about people who have visitors to stay, so expats will know all about this. And with the holidays coming up, we haven't got a Thanksgiving that far away. That is, I think it's towards the end of November. It's the 25th, but I don't quote me on that. But I know that's a huge celebration over there in the States, which is a wonderful occasion. And then we've got Christmas. So we've got two big occasions coming up, as well as perhaps if you're an expat. So I really wanted to address some of the things that can help you not to be so stressed. I know myself, when I came out to Dubai, it didn't occur to me that a lot of our friends and family would actually be staying with us for fairly long periods of time. These were people that we just used to see for sort of Sunday lunch. And it's a whole new ball game when you have visitors. Trust me, I've been doing it now for 14 years. So I'm going to give you 3 tips today that you can really keep in mind to help you during either the busy season of an expat or with Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas. And also next week Thursday, I'm going to also talk about when you go and stay with others as well, and how you can make that a much more enjoyable experience. So first of all, we need to work out what actually stresses you out about having people to stay. Does your blood pressure rise as soon as you see the luggage sort of in the hallway? Is it perhaps that you just don't get any time alone, just no me time at all? It's just full on with visitors, you're cooking, you're driving around, you're seeing the sights, you're staying up late talking, there's a lot more drinking perhaps involved. So do you get overwhelmed and just really crave that me time? You just want everyone to go away. Or is it perhaps just the fact that your whole routine is turned upside down? And who do these people think they are, you know, sort of invading my space? Because it is an invasion in your privacy. So we can avoid some of these stresses by looking at them before the occasion happens. So really addressing, so face what it is that stresses you out and address these things before people come. So for an example, I've got a really, really close friend of mine arriving on Thursday. And bad timing, but I'm on my hypnotherapy degree course, which is a full day, leaving the house just after 8, and I won't be home till almost 7 o'clock in the evening. And those will be the first 2 days that my friend is here. So instead of getting stressed about it, I've actually organised and planned the whole thing. So I won't be getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to greet my friend. She's actually got some instructions to enter the house by herself. Now this might sound a little bit mean, I guess, on my part, but you know what, it's going to work because I'm not going to be tired. I'm going to be able to do my course, and my friend, she'll be able to just settle herself down in the house, and she knows where she stands. She knows how important the course is to me. So it's about taking control of what you feel the stresses are in your life. And so that's one of the things I've done for this week. And you yourself, you can work out what the stresses are and look at it from a different angle. And do mention any of your stresses coming up now in the comment box below, and I will help you with each and every one of these, because there's always another way to look at something. In fact, I'd like to bring in here now that a client of mine was thinking about a friend in a really negative way and couldn't see any other way out. And she's just started thinking in a new way, thinking about the positives about this friend, and a whole world has opened up. And she thought it was totally impossible. So it is possible to find a way through each and every one of these stresses. So the second thing is to look at boundaries, and boundaries are really important, and not make assumptions, because quite often we assume that the people that are coming to stay with us should know how to behave, should know how to do this. Well, surely you would just do that. Don't always assume that the people who are your guests know what you expect and would like of them. So it's very important to set boundaries, and boundaries before they even arrive. So it's very clear on both parts. So think about it right now. When you go to stay with somebody, how do you want to feel? And think about how you'd like your guests to feel, how you're going to make them comfortable, and how you're going to make them welcome. All the time by them not invading your space. So you are setting the boundaries. Now, is this that, they've got to make their own plans for some of the times? There are taxis, there are perhaps buses, there are trains. They are going to have days on their own. You are not a taxi service. Your life carries on. What are you going to do about the meals? Are you going to cook every night? Are you happy cooking every night? Are you happy paying for the food? Do you want to eat out? Who's going to pay for that? All these sorts of things cause massive arguments and rows. I've seen it time and time again. So it's really important to set boundaries in place. And I'll give you an example. I actually don't drink alcohol, and most of my friends drink quite heavily. And I've got groups of friends where we go out, there'll be 10 of us, and the bill is just divided. And I've sort of had a few glasses of Sprite, and they've had tons of bottles of wine, if you like. I am very happy to divide that bill and pay my way with that, because that's a decision I've made and that's what I'm happy with. Whereas on other nights, sometimes I don't pay for, the bill isn't split, and they take the alcohol off with other friends. So it's about getting to really know you and what you're happy with. So I can enjoy the evening, whatever happens, whether I'm contributing or not. And I know that does come up for people as well. So get it really clear what it is you want, and then convey that to your guests before they arrive, so they know. And it's going to cause you a lot less stress, I promise you, in the long run, because we cannot just assume. We cannot assume that people, if it is about money and food, etc., that I know crops up a lot in Dubai, we can't assume that they're going to pay. We need to make it clear that, perhaps we'd like a contribution, etc. So get really clear on those boundaries. Now, what happens if you lose control, if you just start, to flip your lid? So before that, if you're really worried that last time you saw these guests, or the last guests you had, you just completely lost it. So what do? Well, firstly, I don't want you to think of past memories, okay? So that is what happened then, and that's what we can learn from them. So you've got time now, hopefully, unless you've got impending visitors, to actually get a new mindset for this. And a new mindset you can start by taking the positivity challenge, because that will help you to feel better within yourself. So when you're put in these situations, you are then able to do something different. So if somebody is really winding you up and you're about to flip your lid and say something that you're going to later regret, think of a stop sign in your head straight away. Just picture that stop sign, that red sign with that white writing on it. Take a deep breath and walk away. Do whatever it takes for you not to be in that situation that you're going to blow your top. So it's all about doing something different. So if you have lost control last time, learn from it. Don't beat yourself up about it. We all do it. We're in stressful situations here. It's okay. But you don't want to repeat it. So really do you take control of that situation. So I really hope those 3 tips, I've got many, many more, but those 3 tips are going to help you to enjoy having guests, because we are human beings. We do want to connect with people. We do want to see people, but it can also be very stressful with having guests to stay and invading our space. So as it is such a hot topic, I am putting together a 6-week program that's going to run middle of November right through over the holiday period. We're going to talk once a week. with a very small group of women to help you through the stressful holiday periods. So that'll be coming up as well, as I realise it is an issue for many, many of us, and it needn't be. I have had some most traumatic visits with my mother, and with a couple of friends as well, that has not gone as to planned. So I know how it feels, and I also know how you can turn it around as well. So thank you very much for listening today. It was really nice to be outside in our garden, and wonderful for you to be here with me. Do leave any comments at all in the box below, and I will answer them all and help you to enjoy having guests. Take care for now. Bye bye.